About a week ago, I was searching through an old National Geographic from 1985, and in the back they had a flashback to the Handmade Dam, which was an article in 1963 in National Geographic, which refers to the Nagarjuna Sagar Dam, which was made by over 125,000 workers between 1955 and 1972. They say sheer muscle power lifts the structure inch by inch. The caption reads, "Two-man teams haul 300-pound rocks up the bamboo ramps. Women in ceaseless streams carry up pans of mortar on their heads." By using hand labor, India saves the hard currency needed to buy machinery abroad. Begun in 1955, put into full use in 1972, measuring 407 feet high and more than half a mile long, the Nagarjuna Sagar is the largest masonry dam in operation in the world. So this brings up a lot of different thoughts and a lot of different ramifications and implications surrounding this. 125,000 workers working really hard for very low pay in extreme heat can do something like this. This wasn't dug up. This wasn't like scaffolded fake. This was actually made by people and masses of people. So it kind of lends to the theory that anything can really be done when enough people are put together in a structure that's really just like putting a giant Lego thing together with a lot of tech involved as well. But as far as the building is concerned, it's pretty much just like getting mortar and blocks and putting it together. And a lot of things are like that, which is very different than the Gothic temples. But one thing I found extremely interesting is this, that they had to excavate 30 Buddhist monasteries in that area. And this is all, again, what I think dams are truly intended for. If you look at this in this article that I found, and I'll link below, a significant increase in the number of dams took place after the middle of 20th century. In 1950, there were only 5,268 dams in the world, which has increased up to 36,237 in 1986, over 15 meters height. Out of these, 28,000 were between 15 meters and 30 meters high, 6,000 have height between 30 meters and 60 meters, 1,250 are between 600 and 100 meters and more. So they just keep getting bigger. It is important that the country China has 18,020 dams, more than half of the rest of the world. The dams in China, India, and Sri Lanka provided irrigation through canals from about 700 BC. So this article right here, this PDF, goes on to talk about how ancient dams were a little bit different. They were mainly for irrigation. They weren't always as big as they are now. And a lot of things, again, come from this. Especially this one, when you consider this, that this dam, this Nagarjuna Dam, ended up completely covering and making a lake, creating a water source over 30 ancient Buddhist monasteries and plenty of ruins. And if you think about it and reverse engineer this, who's to say that this isn't the purpose of dams? Even nowadays, and I'll show you later an article, and you guys have probably seen it too, but as droughts are starting to hit America and all these other places, things are starting to appear where lakes once were. So even in Frozen 2, Disney always has to slide it in there. The dam wasn't a gift, but a trick. There's a massive dam that's constructed from one village to the next, and it was actually used as a trick. They construct the dam saying, oh, this is going to be really great for you guys are going to love it, and it ruins the place. And it also presents the danger of one day where the dam breaks and a torrent of floods come down and basically are about to destroy the city before Elsa and her pals can save it. But again, Disney showing us the power of dams, what they're really for, the evil behind them, the trick behind them. And it seems to really point out they find all these ancient relics, all these different things, and they'll excavate as much as they can before, because the builders and the controllers want to say that they helped, but then they'll just flood the thing and it's gone for pretty much ever, or until the drought comes, or until the dams break. And this also got me thinking, with such an increase in dams over everywhere, in China especially, China again has the most stuff to hide, so they would have the most, same with India, all these ancient histories that can so easily be covered up by a dam, by a massive body of water that no one will ever get to the bottom of and be able to dig in, possibly ever again. However, it also has me thinking, as with Frozen 2 had me thinking, that what if our water source and water levels on Earth are controlled by a dam just outside the realm or on the edge at the border of the realm. That would make perfect sense. And also why the news is like, oh, 1 inch of water is going to make everything. Oh, if we go up 1 degree Celsius, we're going to be flooded and the ice sheets are going to melt. All this stuff. It makes me wonder that if they really are in control of the levels of this place. And, if you had a smaller place, everywhere that has a pool, everywhere that has control of their water source has control of the level. So who's to say that the controllers don't have control of that in this realm? And when they want to flood things, boom, release the floods. Even if they were to do a strategic attack, I guess, on the people of this world and blow up every single one of those 50,000 dams. And that was in 86. It's probably doubled by now. What if they were to just all of a sudden blow up all those at once? Would the earth go into a massive flooding situation and land would be displaced? Things would go all over the place. Things would be destroyed. Things would be smashed. Things would be ravaged. It's a definite possibility, considering they tell us nothing of the real world. So it got me thinking on so many different levels, all of these things. What if dams, like wars, are designed to hide history? It seems like all of these things, all of these big things in our world are designed to hide history, to make us never figure things out, to hide what they hope we never find forever from all future generations. It seems like that, and kind of like a terraforming process all at the same time. And again, like I said, Hoover Dam, those things are starting to uncover. Dams all over the world, places with droughts are all starting to uncover things. Places with even heavy rains, things are starting to wash off and uncover the ruins of the old world. And so I wanted to just bring these up to you guys because this brings up a lot of different things. Like I said, how much can humans really build? If they can build these mile-long dams that are massive with 125,000 people, what else is possible with even more people? If the population was far greater, you could send an army of 1 million to do something, and how long would it take them to do to build something like this, or some of those massive structures of the past? You never know. I still think giants played a part in a lot of ancient things, but humans can do a lot when they work together and they're actually having a goal in mind. So you never know. This is some of the sites from the Nagarjuna Dam that were ended up being covered up, and who knows how deep these go. Who knows what these were at one point. They were like traditional ancient Buddhist sites. One of the Mahayana Buddhist legends took place in this spot, completely covered by water in a dam. They can do it anywhere. They can do it in China, India, everywhere. America, they probably did it. Who knows what they are hiding with the dams that we have here and everywhere. It's just another one of those things I think that we take for granted that we have to rethink. So yeah, this is a picture on Lake Mead. That boat was formerly sunk or whatever. The bottom, that's not really much, but you go down deeper and you might come across more. And my dad ended up telling me he used to work in this area a lot and with landfills, and he said they had ruins of towns that were popping up and different things like that. And Smithsonian probably sweeps in and gets rid of it, but either way, it's happening. So I just wanted to bring these ideas and thoughts up to you all because dams are definitely holding a secret purpose that they're not telling us about. And it's kind of funny too how they mentioned in that article that a lot of the dams back in the day were for specific purposes, and then they inevitably now they're for hydroelectric power and all these different purposes. And again, that's all what they tell us. We are subject to whatever they tell us. That is, a lot of times our individual selves can't disprove or prove these things in either direction. So we have to think and we have to question everything. And so I'm really questioning dams now. And I'm going to dive a little deeper into this. This is just kind of like an intro to this theory and whatnot, but very fascinating. And I hope you all find it so as well. So add all your insight into the comments below. I love hearing from you all. You all add to this experience for me, and I hope I add to it for you too. And I just wanted to slide this in here at the end. This is an image, some of the latest ones I was able to find of the locations of some of the most big dams around the world. So I'd love to see this on a flat earth map, a more accurate one, but you can imagine, what if all these rivers were to be unplugged and unleashed? Would it create some form of biblical flood? Is all that flood propaganda from ancient and more modern times all leading up to an event like this? I sure hope not. But then look at this, dams worldwide, 1950s, the boomer generation, the information deception generation, and look, 1950 all the way up to 60,000+ in the now times, and that's when they started kind of cranking out the disgustingness. So you never know if they're just doing it for power or for something more sinister, but my guess is something more sinister, because that's what they're always doing, sadly. But either way, be careful, watch out there, and stay strong. Bless you all.